Hey guys, remember how I said I would make a mechanism video of the king of the Tetrahedra? Well, the thing is, I organized a party and a friend of mine popped it, so I guess now's the time to make a mechanism video of the king of the Tetrahedra. So this may seem like a small pop because only a section of the puzzle fell out, but the thing is, there are a lot of parts on this puzzle, so technically, this is far from being a small pop. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to show you the mechanism, and then I will reassemble the full puzzle as well on the video. So let us begin. Now most of you know the VMech. Now this is the VMech right here. You've got a center which has a tiny hook that goes outwards, so that parts go outward and then hook back inwards. So then the next one goes and hooks itself underneath the first one, the third one hooks itself underneath the second one, but my mechanism has something extra, and there's basically a reverse VMech on the other side, on the corner piece. So you've got the VMech that goes right there, twice in the left direction, and then it goes left and down, all the way down to the bottom. Now the reason why I put this all the way down to the bottom is for stability. And there's this one that hooks all the way down to the bottom, and with this sort of reverse VMech right here, and this part is held on by the reverse VMech that's on the corner that itself is held on to the rest of the parts that are stuck underneath the center. So that's the difference. And now there's something really cool about this design is that I didn't have enough space on the lower part right here for the three parts. So I put conical cuts right there. As you can see, there's some sort of like spikes that go inwards. Now this is what a part looks like in the end. And I think that was a really great addition because unintentionally I just made something much easier to assemble. I can't seem to focus on that. Okay, now I made something much easier to assemble. Now let me explain. The thing is, if you insert a part that is just straight into, like, let's just say the part is basically a square because, well, it is a sort of square right there. Well, it's more like a rhombus. But anyways, if you try to insert a rhombus into a rhombus, it's kind of difficult. Now, if you try to insert a cone inside a cone, it's much more easy because you're basically inserting a point inside a circle. And that makes the assembly much easier because here you're just inserting a point into a square. So you don't have to just center it, you just have to slide it in, and it just slides in perfectly. So that's what makes the mechanism really easy and really simple. Well, easy to assemble, I mean. And aside from this, it's just a double VMech, so it's quite simple in theory. Now, let's move on to the assembly because, well, I guess if you want to see the mechanism more clearly, you can just pause the video, and I've explained it a bit, so I guess that should be sufficient. Now, let's start by doing, okay, so what I do is I usually assemble the edges first. So every big part, so to speak, is what I assemble first. So everything that's here, I'm gonna assemble right now. So first, I just gotta put the parts in a relatively good order so that I don't have to just like find a part every 2 seconds. So I'm gonna do this and speed it up. Try to put the yellow parts with the yellow parts and the green blue edges with the green, yellow blue edges with the yellow blue edges, etc. So here we go. Okay, so I've assembled different sets of parts. So there's this large edge piece right there, and its sets of edges, of tiny edges, right here. So this is the first set of parts I'm going to assemble, so I'm just going to slide it in right there. So that's done. That's all there is to it. And now I'm going to assemble the rest, so the other side, which are basically the same set, but with the red stickers. I'm going to assemble them here and push everything in. Oh, wait, no, I need to slide it, otherwise it's going to be kind of complicated, I think. No, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so I've just pushed them in. And now I have this. So this is what I wanted. Because then it's gonna make the rest of the assembly easier. But first, I need to assemble the rest of the corners and large parts because they are what makes this whole puzzle stable. So let's start with this, for example. I'm assembling this, whoa. So this is more challenging than I remembered. All right. Like this. So I've got this set of edges right there, and a corner. And I'm gonna do this set right here, which is the yellow-blue set. Alright. I need to make sure the bottom hook gets inside the corner. Well, basically the hook from the corner gets inside the part that's next to it, the adjacent part, because that's well, that's basically where it needs to go, and it's kind of hard to have this hook and this hook at the same time because they tend to block the parts when you try to insert them. So that's the only difficulty here. So it's not that difficult, but I mean it is a bit challenging to just put it in the right place. Alright, so I've got everything into place. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side while I put this down on this side right there. So gravity's holding it together, so that shouldn't be an issue now. Now I just got to do this corner along with its edge parts, so that's better. I'm going to start with the part that's away from me because this is what's more challenging. I'm going to just stick it in the corner and put everything into place like this. So that's the first one, that's the easiest one. Then I'm going to do the second one on the side. Now I can't really move this whole thing because the corner's now locked into place. I just need to make sure that this edge goes right here in its proper position, and once it's in, I can just slide the rest into place and that should do the trick. Now the reason the rest slides into place so easily is because of that conical cut I was talking about earlier. Now there's this edge piece right there, and now I can just slide everything in thanks to the conical cut. And there we go. I think it's in. Yep, everything is locked into place. And good thing is, this puzzle actually has quite a good tension. That makes it really smooth, and also that makes the parts quite sturdy. So I can move it around, it's not gonna move anywhere. So it makes assembly much, much easier. I can move it, I can even hit it against a hard surface. It won't move, so that's nice. It looks really cool in my opinion. It's like a void 13 by 13 Jinx Pyraminx. Alright, so let's just move on to the green face, for example. Now, I've got all my green parts here. Just gonna sort them just to make assembly easier, and then I will assemble the rest. So here I've already got a set of 9 parts. I'm just gonna assemble that real quick. They go inside this hole right there. Let me see if you can see on the inside. I don't know how much detail you guys can see, but there's some small slot on the bottom of this. And since it's conical, it's just gonna slide into that slot quite easily. Now I just need to push it. Oh, I didn't get the right angle right here. Okay, perfect. So I've just assembled 9 parts at once. Actually, sorting wasn't really necessary because the parts are quite different from each other. So I'm just gonna assemble the rest by hand. And this is just like assembling a 7x7, so it's quite easy. And it's not very confusing because every single part is different. Okay, now just a small interruption. I'm finishing the green side, and just something I want to show you is that you can always push those parts away from here, where you need to put the 2 last parts in, so that you can just fit them like that, and they just fit quite nicely in there. And once that's done, you can just push these parts back in, and the green side is finished. So I gotta do this again 5 times. So for the blue, the 2 red here, and the 2 yellow here, and then it'll be fully assembled. So I'm just gonna show you this, well, fast forwarded of course, because I'm not gonna show you everything. And yeah, this is gonna be fun. Alright, so it's complete. Finally assembled again. So, I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm kind of glad to have this on camera again because I really like this one and I think it looks really good on video. So yeah, this is it. This is the king of the Tetrahedra. I'm glad I got to show you the mechanism because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I hope you really liked this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. And yeah, well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and like my social networks, and I will see you in the next video.